Happy morning.
Happy morning, sir.
Okay. I have also passed through this phase. ನಾನು SSLC ಇರುವಾಗ I still remember I was sitting in one of these chairs. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲೂ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಲೆಕ್ಚರರ್ಸ್ನ ಕರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೇ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಎವ್ರಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಈ ಶುಡ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ದ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. Right now, if you go and ask your principal what is your dream or what is your goal, she will only say, I want all my students to score 100 out of 100 in all the subjects, no compromise at all. Same thing had happened when I was sitting like you, and that person told me one very important thing, because we are going to talk about responsible use of social media. He spoke about a very important thing, how I could actually utilize the time in a right manner so that I can always score the highest that is possible in my school. I always used to see the notice board. Every time I used to see, there used to be a banner, there used to be a big notice board, and in that notice board, every time I saw that one of the students has already scored 100 out of 100 in maths. In one of the year, one of the students has scored 100 out of 100 in science. If one of the student in one of the year, he has scored even in first language out of out. That means it was possible in this school to score 100 because in the past there are people who have already done it. Now for you to do it, you should be responsible. So we are talking about responsible use of social media. Let us also speak about responsible use of your time, because for us there was no social media at all. I am 50 years. When I was at the age of 16, there was nothing called a social media. We even did not have internet. I am talking about 1995. Bangalore also did not have that full-fledged internet. When I did my 10th standard in the 1985, we never had internet. So forget about we having internet and forget about coming to the next level and saying, "Ayyo, there is something called a social media. How am I going to be using it responsibly?" But because you are 10th standard student, I wanted to tell you something very important what he told. To put the next heading, what is Brahma Muhurta? What is Brahmi Muhurta, or what is what is Brahmi Muhurta, or what is Brahma Muhurta? See, all of you should know, early in the morning, before the sun rises and after the sun rises, that time is actually called as Brahmi Muhurta, or some of us call it as Brahma Muhurta, because we are India, which is united with multiple languages. Everybody uses the same words and they pronounces it differently. So some of them call it as Brahmi Muhurta, some of them call it as Brahma Muhurta. What is the significance of this Brahma Muhurta? Brahma Muhurta is that time of the 24 hours day and night where it is having a very high energy in the environment. ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೈ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿತ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ನೀವು ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ನ ಪಡಿಬಹುದು. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದೇ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಏನು? ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. ಇನ್ ದ ಪಾಸ್ 100 ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಸೊ ನನಗೂ ಯಾಕೆ 100 ಬರಬಾರ್ದು? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್, ವೇರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವಿಲ್ there is a way. Can you say? Where there is a will, there is a way. Musati, where there is a will, there is a way. ಈಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. There is always a way. Do you have the will? In the past 100 maths ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಈ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ರ್ಯಾಂಕು ಸಹ ಬಂದಿದೆ. That means in the past people have done it from the same school, with the same chairs, with the same teachers, with the same principal, with the same director. Now also it is possible, but do you have the will? This will is very very important. Today you are sitting here, this class can transform me. On the will al kutkondre, this class can definitely transform you. If you sit in a class with a will that ayyo I will have to attend a class, it will become a ayyo that you will have to attend a class. No results shall pour. Results will pour when you want the results to pour. And for that, responsibility is important, strong will is important. That responsibility itself is a will. Right now I will decide, come what may, nothing will come between me and the exam. I am going to use it responsibly. For my teachers, there was no social media. It did not distract them. Today, we are actually being invaded by social media. Forget Britishers invaded us, forget Mughals invaded us. Today is the time when social media is invaded into our rooms, social media is invaded into our class, social media has got into our place of studies. Now, how am I going to be a responsible person to utilize the same and grow out of it? Everybody was there at that time also, right now also. Chai walas are there, chai walas will be there, in future also they shall be there. Right now they are there, in the past they were there, in future also they will be there. But which chaiwala can dare to say I will become a prime minister? But that chaiwala actually could do it because he took responsibility. And he was knowing there is always a way. He had to just build a will. Chanakya goes up to Chandragupta Maurya, who is a small boy, and he says, I am going to make you an emperor. He doesn't say, I am going to make you a king. He says, I am going to make you an emperor, the king of all the kings. And who that boy was? He was just playing marbles in one of the so-called slum. The moment he told that, how much important it is, look at what was going on in that boy's mind when somebody comes up to him and says, I am going to make you an emperor. He would have told, mind your own business, please go, he's madman. But this boy strongly believes because the person who told with conviction was Chanakya, the great Chanakya. And that Chanakya Niti is being taught to us. That is the reason today in any vertical you go, Indians are the first. CEO of Dell, Indian. CEO of Facebook, Indian. CEO of Google, India. And many scientists who are working in NASA are also ISRO scientists who were working in the past in ISRO. That is the kind of India we live in. We have digitalized ourselves. For this digitalization, 2 letters were important, 2 numbers were important, or 2 characters were important, 0 and 1. We will not try to find out who gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let us say, as per the books, it was Aryabhatta who gave 0 first to the world, who made people really understand 0 in the way it is. And that credit goes to India. That is the kind of smartness we are. We are smart, we were smart, but down the line, somewhere in the past, some invaders came and they actually brainwashed few generations and they forgot what India was capable of. And today, a chaiwala becomes responsible, becomes the greatest prime minister, and the world is looking at India like they are looking at it never before. No country made a difference during the corona. It was India who made a difference, and that was because India knew how to act responsibly. Who were the ones who gave that coronavirus to the world? Because we knew a coronavirus is going to hit, it is a pandemic, it's going to kill. We need to give vaccination. The earlier we give this vaccination, a great difference shall it become to the world. And we stood there as responsible, and that leader took up that responsible move that this is the time when the world needs vaccination, and we produced mass vaccination, we gave it to the world, and we told nobody else is the best, India is the best. And that India you belong to. Now can you use yourself responsibly? As I told you about Brahmi Muhurta, the Brahma Muhurta, this is the time where you need not put efforts at all. With little efforts you can get maximum benefit. That is how the energy is. Let me tell you science. Assuming there is a lake, the lake is like a stream where there is a push and it is going from one side to another. Now for the boat which gets there, do you think energy is required? No. You need not do the row the boat, because the energy and the stream of taking it from an higher altitude to a lower altitude, it simply goes. That is the energy level early in the morning. During that time, you should be doing the most important job of your work. What is your most important responsibility right now? Studying. What is your only target, only goal right now? Your 10th standard exam. Nothing between you and 10th standard. Not even social media should come between you and the 10th standard. Your goal has to be my 10th standard. Your goal has to be, can I see my photo come on one of those places where it says the highest mark scorer of this year. That's a challenge what you will have to take. Again I am telling you, दुश्मन कहाँ है? दुश्मन बगल में है. All of you know this? कहाँ है दुश्मन? बगल में. No, दुश्मन बगल में नहीं है. दुश्मन अंदर है. If you don't get up early in the morning at 4 o'clock, I told you today, 4 o'clock is important. It is Brahmi Muhurta, a place and a time, means a time when with little efforts you can get maximum benefit. Can you wake yourself up and start studying at that moment? If you can, then this chaiwala, because of the choice what he made, he can become what is called as a prime minister. Why? He used it responsibly. A tribal woman, when she makes the right choices, she lived in a forest with wild animals, not even knowing that a world exists outside that forest. That is the kind of an environment what she grew as a school kid, just like of your age. But her vision was not small, her conviction was not ordinary. She told, if I can reach the topmost, it will be a lesson, it will be an example, it will be a way for the entire world, so that the entire world will know even a tribal woman who lived in the forest can become the first citizen of a country, and that is what she became. And I am talking about Draupadi Murmu, the great president who is the existing president of India. Why? Because she was responsible enough. She knew how to actually use responsibility and see to it that your goal is achieved. A fisherman's son, who could convince him he could become something more than a fisherman? But दुश्मन कहाँ है? बगल में नहीं है. In the same manner, दोस्त कहाँ है? दोस्त भी बगल में नहीं है. ये दोस्त भी अंदर है, दुश्मन भी अंदर है. If you want to become a friend of yourself, you should regularly see to it that you don't waste time on social media, you don't waste time on anything else, and your only focus has to be exam. If you want to be an enemy of yourself, then spoil him. Don't be a Duryodhana of yourself, be an Arjuna of yourself. Krishna cannot come between Arjuna and Duryodhana. What I mean to say is, my mind is like two things put together as a combo model. What is that? There is a devil, there is an angel. Instead of calling it as devil and angel, we will give that names. There is a positive side of you which is Arjuna, there is a negative side of you which is Duryodhana. Responsible use of social media. All of a sudden you get a mobile, you see there is one reel going on. You are watching, one more reel. Immediately Arjuna will say, the positive mind, you are wasting your time. You should stop and you should continue. Instead what he will say, no, one more reel. Duryodhana will say, I'm not asking you that you should stop, I also know, but watch few more and stop. I know exam is there, you should study. But 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 5. You get addictive to it because every video will be more interesting than the previous one. You cannot come out of it, and by that time you would have wasted 1, 2, 3 hours. And your golden moments of your life is lost. As I told you, the Brahmi Muhurta, that means early in the morning when the sun rises and when the sun sets, that is called as Brahmi Muhurta of your entire day and night, that is 24 hours time. In the same manner, in your life, you are born, you are going to die. The day will start midnight at 12 o'clock, then comes 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and it will complete at 24. 24 is your death. 1 o'clock is your birth. Between this 1 o'clock to 24 hours, 1 o'clock to 24 o'clock, in the same manner, between this birth and death, there are some moments and some years of your life which is called as Brahmi years of your life, where your body is so aligned that with little efforts you can do maximum things if you really use it in the right manner. And those years are 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. You may live for 80 years, keep that aside. But these 5 years will shape you from a chaiwala to becoming that prime minister, and these 5 years will shape you from the tribal woman trying to become a greatest president, and these 5 years will be responsible for that fisherman not to look at the fishes in the lake or fishes in the ocean, to look at the reflection of the moon and tell the moon, I will come to you, or I will build something which will go to you. That is what he did, our missile man of India, the great Abdul Kalam. Yes, his brothers and sisters did not study. They were only fishermen and they died as a fisherman. But Abdul Kalam lived a legendary life. He did not die as a fisherman. He became a missile man of India. And today, if we are talking about BrahMos, that BrahMos is an initiative that was taken by Abdul Kalam. And today we are enjoying it because if what we call Operation Sindoor wouldn't have happened, we wouldn't have digested what happened in Pahalgam. So, you are going to be that soldier who will actually work towards responsibly using the social media, and it has to be used only for your benefit, and your goal is your exam for the benefit of the exam. Anything which is not for the benefit of the exam, please don't do it. Choices are important. As a 10th standard, please remember, this year 16 years, 15 and a half years, 16 years, 16 and a half years, first PUC, second PUC, first year degree, second year degree. If these things get framed properly, your life will push yourself like a rocket. Otherwise, it will become directionless and it will fall. For you, this is the right time to design your life. Because social media will exist afterwards. Let me get into a first job. Then social media is going to be my cup of tea. But right now, let me use social media responsibly. I shall use social media for everything that can help me. In one of the talks, very beautifully, Abdul Kalam says, when somebody asked him this question, do you feel regretted that you were not born during the time of social media, or do you feel happy you were not born during the time of social media? This was the question that was asked. Because for me, when somebody came and they were talking about how I am going to score in my 10th standard, they never had to speak about social media at all. So immediately Abdul Kalam told, no, you are actually asking and framing the question itself is wrong. Let me tell you, internet is a boon, it's a gift. It's a gift when utilized in the right manner. It is going to be a curse if you are going to use it in a wrong manner. Everything. He told every technology that has been invented, when used in the wrong way, it is going to be a curse. When used in a right way, it can become a gift. He told it is like you have this surgeon who uses a surgery knife. Do you know how sharp the surgery knife would be? Even if you drop it like this, if there is a fruit, it will cut open the fruit. That is the kind of sharpness it will have. When a surgery knife or a surgery knife is held by the hands of a surgeon, it can give life to you. If the same surgery knife is held by a person who is not a surgeon, it can harm you. So the tool is there. Can you make use of this tool for a positive reason? You could have gone through the importance of Brahmin Muhurta and it would have helped you to actually study. Yes, social media should be used for this. Now let me tell, because 3 months down the line, Elrigo exam ಇದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ only one thing is running when a question paper is given. When they give me a question paper, I should be able to frame an answer so perfectly that I should get out of out. Nobody gets into an exam praying to God, oh God, give me those questions which I don't remember. Will you tell that? No. You always pray to God, Ganesha, I'll give my heirs also. Or Dharmasthala Manjunatha, I'll give you my heirs. Or Tirupati Venkatramana, I'll also give you my heir. And then you commit, let the question paper be, and every answer I should be able to remember right and get the answers right, and I should get 10%. This is what you expect. What really happens in the exam? We are talking about responsibility. Why I am telling you should not be using social media is, when I sit there for an exam, your mind is thinking of lot of things. When your mind is unnecessarily fed with lot of information which are irrelevant, in that irrelevant, so much of reels you would have watched, so many movies you would have watched, so many Facebook posts you would have watched, so many unwanted messages you would have watched, so many unwanted music you would have listened. Like, who antawa, then what comes? Who antawa. Everybody knows this song? Famous song. Now, your action is, who actually wrote Vande Mataram, that won't come. If I say who antawa, immediately you will say, who antana sir, famous song sir, I also know. Why? Because your mind is consistently fed with so much of information. Now, when you sit in the exam, what happens? A question paper comes. I am talking about responsible use of social media, how it is going to hit you, and how it is going to hit you in a place which you will repent, but at that moment there is no undo, there is no control Z. Only the results will say you should have stopped using social media, you would have written with more clarity. I am sitting there, the question paper comes, you look at the question paper, what do you see? Questions. Immediately your mind is preparing, because first instruction given to you, nobody shall write until a bell rings. You are only going to read the paper. Have you ever seen a person reading the paper and putting tears? No. The examiner looks at everybody, there is a smile. Everybody looks, hey, this is from the second chapter. This is from the last chapter. Hey, this is from the chapter where I got scolding from my teacher, I remember. This notes I have written in the second book. Everything is happening. Now the second bell rings, you pick up a pen and you want to write. When you want to write, if you can recollect 100% and put 100%, you get 100%. But when you try to recollect, you only are able to recollect 70%. So you write 70%, you only get 70%. But you know all these are within the subject. And few of you are not able to even recollect 30%. So you fail. Why? You will have to get into that memory which has hundreds and thousands and millions of lakhs of crores of millions and trillions of information. From there you will have to pick up the right answer. Why? Your mind is fed with so much of other information which was not required at all. Now I lose a pen here. Everything is neatly kept. Now I lose a pen. Do you think it will take much time for me to search like this? Oh, here is my pen. I pick up that pen. Now I come here, I put lot of garbage. I put lot of non-working pens also. I put a lot of papers also. I put a lot of garbage. Let it be. Everything. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Kantara 1, Kantara 2, KGF 1, KGF 2, Kicha 1, Kicha 2, Big Boss 1, Big Boss 2. Everything is there in the mind. Everything is scattered here. Now I'll have to pick my pen. Do you think you can pick your pen? Not possible. Why? No clarity. Why? You only created a dustbin for yourself by unnecessary feeding in so much of information, because information which goes there has to stay somewhere in the memory. It will stay. You cannot escape from it. You go and read today's newspaper. Today's newspaper, after 1 week somebody comes without the heading. If they give you the same newspaper, initially you may swear. After some time you realize, I've seen this newspaper. Then you see the headlines, it is last week's newspaper. Why? Information will go somewhere, it will be dumped in this place only. Now clarity is lost. Why? You made it a dustbin because of social media. Who wins in KGF? Just because you are writing an exam, do you think it's going to matter? Somebody will win, don't worry. Whoever wins after the result, also you can find, rewatch the entire thing, because you will know this person only has won. Do it. Instead, if you start keeping your information bombarded and you consistently keep on taking too much of information and create a dustbin out of it, it should be like a temple. You should clean it, wipe it, and only your study should go in. You should clean it, wipe it, only study should go in. At that point of time, in the exam when you sit, you can collect the information, write it, collect the information, you can write it. But now, it becomes a mess. Not only social media, socializing itself you should stop, what I mean is. But socializing for a right purpose, don't stop. Socializing for a right purpose, let us have a group discussion of this particular chapter of the first language. Good, it works because you are revising what is required. ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲೈಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬಂತು, ಯು ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ವರಿ. ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಮೀ ವೈ. Ask why. Rangnath uncle will take from public TV. All of you know Rangnath uncle, public TV. He will take up SSLC ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮೊದಲನೇ ದಿನವೇ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಘಾತವಾಗಿದೆ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ? ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಇಂದ ಆಚೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಯಾರು ತಯಾರಿಸಿದ್ದು ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಂತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಒಂದು 10 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನೀವು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಟಿವಿಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಡಿ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು he will take care. But ಆತರ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, because everything will be in the syllabus. Why you are not able to remember? Because you have created a dustbin in your mind. Responsible use of social media is remove the dustbin. Do not speak anything else other than Ram Japa. If you want to acquire Ram, do not speak anything else other than the subject of science. If you want to score highest in science, simple logic, na. The time that you invest on something, that knowledge grows. The time you invest on everything, none of this grows. Do not become a jack of all, it doesn't work. You will have to become master of one only. That's 6 subjects. First language, second language, third language. First subject, second subject, third subject. That's all. Other than that, nothing should be done for the next 3-4 months, at least till the exam right now. That should be actually a call. And bilkul you will have to say no to social media. Facebook will still be there after the exam, Twitter will still be there after the exam, Instagram will still be there after the exam, Amazon will still be after the exam, all the shows will be there, they will not take it off, you can still go and watch it after your exams. Right now you will have to detox yourself from all of this. That is what we wanted to tell you, and the purpose of today's class, as per what your principal told us, can I motivate you and make you that person who will start building an healthier digital India? If you guys become more educated, India becomes stronger. We are the past. Our India is not dependent on us. Our India is presently running on us. But our India is dependent on you, the future. So if you are aligned properly, India will be in safe hands. And who knows, one of you would be that Prime Minister who would go up. Because your yesterday is not equal to today, your today is not equal to tomorrow, tomorrow will not be equal to yesterday. That is how life is. You may be an ordinary chaiwala today, tomorrow you may be somebody else. You may be a small college dropout today, tomorrow you are a Bill Gates. You may be a person who is eating in the temples of US, in ISKCON temples, the prasadam. You would be collecting the bottles and actually selling it in order to meet your needs. You would have slept sometime in the footpath. I am talking about the Steve Jobs. But tomorrow he is not the same, he is Steve Jobs. So what you are today is not going to matter. And again I am telling you, if you want to be successful, if Modi wanted to be successful, it was not because of his parents or his brothers or his colleagues he became successful. Again I am telling you, if you want to see success, then it is only possible by you only. You are only responsible, nobody else is responsible. Again I am telling you, for some reason if you fail, nobody else is responsible. My father is not an engineer, how do you expect me to be an engineer? Go and tell Abdul Kalam that. Go and tell Draupadi Murmu also. You are living in the forest, live in the forest, eat in the forest, sleep in the forest and die in the forest. Why did you become president? She says, no, I was made for big things in life. Believe, see, all of you should feel proud about the life that you are being given. Do you know how sacred is being born as a human? Not everybody gets the chance. There are so many millions of creatures. Millions and billions of creatures exist in this world. If everything is given the same importance, we say, if a life has to be given to you, why you were chosen to become a human? Because you were that sacred, gifted one, and you were that winner who was picked from so many billion, and you were made to become a human. That human life could have gone to somebody else, but you were chosen because you were actually eligible for that. You are already a winner for that. You won yourself to become that human, and you are a human now. You are a human now. So when you die, you will have to die a death where people should feel proud about you. What a life he lived. Even God should feel proud that nanondu manusya janmana waste madlilla annavastu proudness it has to come. And when it comes, yes, you have lived your life. And a responsible use of this is, right now I have a target of my 10th standard. How can I work towards it so that I actually hit that bullseye and I am going to get through my exams with 10%. Do not take anything less than that. If you aim at 100, at least 95 you will come. If you aim at 60, only 55 will come. If you aim at 50, you will fail. Your father never actually is working so hard day in, day out, because he wants you to see in that place. He always wants to see you on the top. But irrespective of whatever your performance is, he accepts you because you are his child. Can you become that Modi for him? Can you become that tribal girl for your parents? Can you become that Abdul Kalam for your parents? Where they were fishermen, but still this boy becomes the greatest scientist. They were chaiwala, but still this man becomes the greatest prime minister. And they were in the tribal, living in the forest. Even as a forest girl, her vision, her conviction, her choices and smartness, what she used was completely different. Otherwise, how she would have pushed herself outside the forest and go up to that level? Highly impossible. But when I ask, is that capabilities there in you? Yes. Again I am telling you, there is always a way. But ask yourself, do you have that will? Strength is different. Strength automatically comes if you have a will. Again, why I say that will is, so sometimes we say, hey, he's in the army, man. what courageous he is. And again I am telling you, courage does not mean he doesn't have fear. You look at one of the students who scores always 95 and above, and you feel like saying, she's strong, she's very courageous. No. Courageous means, yes, she is strong, but courage does not mean she doesn't have fear. She has a fear. Even with that fear, she is ready to go there and face the exam. Even with that fear, she is ready to give up all the social media activities and only concentrate on her exam. That daringness is actually making her act positive. An army man is actually courageous. Do you think he's not having fear? He has a fear every second. He doesn't know which bullet that is coming from the other side is going to hit me, and I'm not going to see my wife, I'm not going to see my mother, I'm not going to see my daughter, I'm not going to see my son. And that life what he is living selflessly for the entire country, because every bullet he eats, it is for the country's sake, not for himself. And that is called as courage. Now can you show that courage? I'm not asking you to face life and death situation. Simple things. I will give up social media from now. I will not sleep more than 5 hours from now. 4 o'clock is the time when we call Brahma Muhurta start. From tomorrow I will not sleep after 4. I am going to be out of the bed at 4. And I know in the exam I will have to write in order to score marks. Smartness. There are a lot of social media posts where people speak about how you could actually score more marks in SSLC. And you could actually do that if you start studying smartly. Are you studying smartly? No. How are you guys studying? You go, you sit, you take the information from the book, put it here, take the information from the book, put it here. All the time doing that. Because recently I also do what is called a student counseling. One of the parent came and she told, my daughter from morning 4 o'clock to evening 10 o'clock, she keeps on studying, she doesn't waste even a minute, she's not going to even use social media, but still her marks is less. Can you help us out? We sat for counseling. First day I just wanted to understand what is her methodology of studies. When I understood her methodology of study, she was not doing a smart studies at all. Every time taking information, putting it here, taking information, putting it here. Then I observed her study for 1 hour. And then I am asking, are you not going to go to the next level? She says, no sir. Then after 1 hour, what will you do now? I'll go to the second lesson. Again, what she will do in the second lesson? Take information, put it here, take information, put it here. In exam, do you do that? No. In exam, what do? I take information here and put it in the form of writing. What should you practice more? Taking information here, writing, taking information here, writing. What are all of you doing? Taking information, putting it here, taking information, putting it here. Are you trying to recollect? No. You want to recollect finally when there is a preparatory exam. Why sometimes preparatory is also given, many middle exams are given, because at least there you will sit and you will start recollecting and writing it. That will help you to know how much you can remember. Your remembrance is what is important in the exam. Sometimes we say, if you know how to vomit properly, whatever you have studied, you can score good marks. And your preparation should be that. But instead you take information, put it here, take information, put it here, take information, put it here. Will it work? No, you create blunder. Finally you come there, you will have to take information and put it here. It won't come. All the social media stuffs are coming, all the TV stuffs are coming, and everything else is coming, but the answers are not coming because you did not try to recollect at all. So there is another methodology of study, what we say smart and responsible way of study. If you get 1 hour to study, in 1 hour there are 3 20 minutes. How many 20 minutes? 3. First 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. Can all of you say? First 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. How do you study? If I am going to sit for studies, I will sit in a chair which is exactly the size or the height of the chair that you sit in the class, because that is where you write the exam. I'll buy an ordinary desk, let it be a plant. That plant should be exactly to the height of the bench, and I sit for studies. First 20 minutes I'll take the information, put it here. Next 20 minutes I will close the book. Before putting information into this, I would have written questions, because I need a trigger, I need a pointer, so that I can tell whether I can recollect. So I will write questions to everything that I study. Next what I do, I close the book, and then I'll do an audio recollect. I'll read the question, I'll try to recollect. If I'm not able to recollect, I'll see the book. And again I'll close, I'll try to recollect. If I'm not able to, I'll see the book. That can be done. This is also important because audio recollect, you can recollect lot of information. When you got used to it, then fold the book, keep it into the rack or keep it into the bag. Now take a paper, sit like it's next 20 minutes is an exam. And the same questions what you have written, try to answer it. Even if you can't remember, don't go and see the book. You finish off 20 minutes, then correct, and that is your present today's actually preparation for the exam. You will know the lesson which I read now, I am not able to recollect and write it now. How I can actually recollect and write 20 lessons in the exam when I'll have to do 20 recollection and then put it in the exam. Highly impossible. And most of the time you take here, put it here, take it, you put it here. You will have to change. That is what we say responsible use. And that has to be done, and other than that, no other information should get into your mind. Because the moment more and more information gets into your mind, it creates a lot of turbulence and lot of dirt. It will look like a dustbin. From the dustbin, picking up or searching information will be highly impossible. But in a clean space where less items are there, you can easily recollect information. So from today, guard your mind from any other thing other than your studies. And don't make it a dustbin. And while you are studying, follow this methodology. Because answer you know, if you can't write it fast, you can't get 100%. So practice writing it faster and faster and faster. What is the right time to practice? Again early in the morning. With little efforts you can get maximum benefit. If the wind is blowing in one direction, to actually travel in the opposite direction is foolishness. It doesn't work. So they wait for the wind to blow in the direction what they want, and then they sail the boat, because they did not do row the boat. Why? The stream is itself taking it. The wind is itself taking it. That is the comfort zone what you will find early in the morning. Maybe for few days you will feel sleepy. That is your mindset. After few days you will start feeling comfortable, and you will definitely see there will be a great change in your results. Now, when we are talking about social media, the responsible use, because that is a topic that was given to me. Now, digital India is a gift only. If digital India wouldn't have happened, today you wouldn't be enjoying whatever you are enjoying. We wouldn't have crossed the face of Corona at all. Most of you, maybe your 6th standard or 7th standard, you were a Corona student. They say my 6th standard, it was Corona year. Everybody were passed. But still, if without social media, we wouldn't have continued those classes. Online classes became a mandatory and an important thing. Today, there are a lot of teachers who have 40 years, 50 years of experience, who come and they speak in YouTube about a particular subject, how you will have to prepare for the exam, how you will have to master, how you will have to memorize, how you will have to recollect. Go through such things which can help you to actually achieve something in the exam. That is what I say, responsible use of social media. Use it in a manner which can help you to progress in life. Never use it in a manner which will actually create lot of hindrance, lot of resistance. That is what we say smart move. Building an healthier and digital India, yes, social media is important, WhatsApp is important, Instagram is important, Facebook is important, Twitter is important, and all these paid social media sites like Amazon, Netflix, these are also, they are also sharing important things, but they are paying and we are getting it. YouTube also is doing, yes, sometimes with paid, without paid. These are termed as social media. So what is your takeaway is, can I use it responsibly? If I can use it responsibly, then you are called as a good man. The digital revolution was a necessity. Today around 462 million users are there in social media. 462 million means it is more than a largest country's population. Today when I say India is 130 crores, I think 462 million is more than that. 400 crores people in one place. If I am taking from that perspective, not only from one Facebook, if all the social media people were be put in one particular place, then that place could be considered as the largest populated country. That is the kind of influence what social media and the digitization has. We call it as 462 million users. And when we look at what an average Indian is going to be on the digital world, it is important to be in the digital world, but it should only be pointed towards what you want to achieve. Right now, your exams. From the examination point of view, if you are actually watching it for some good reason, continue. If your teacher is doing a revision classes, with permission record your teacher's class, go and watch that. That is also in Facebook. I am going to share this video. I'll send you a link. Go through that. It motivates you. It pushes you to the next level and says, I will get up from tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And you will start working towards it. There is a revision class. Go through it. It is a healthier way. When you see the same lessons again and again, again and again, just like a song which is watched multiple times, you can recollect verbatim every word. In the same manner, if your teacher's revision classes are recorded and if it is shared with you, and when you go through it multiple times, you will perfectly understand. There will never be a place where you will not be able to remember. Why? You have done multiple revisions. See, in our, when we talk about our memory systems, there are 3 kinds of memory systems what we use. We call it as, the first one we call it as very short term memory, which is sensory memory, what information gets in. Next we call it as a short term memory, next we call it as a long term memory or permanent memory. So we have like that. Anything that is revised multiple times will go into a permanent memory and you will never forget. And you don't need further revisions at all. Now if I ask you 9 2s are, 18 will come. 4 2s are, 8 will come. Why? You have memorized it and it is there in the permanent memory, you will never forget. If I ask 19 8s are, you will think. Why? The revision is done less compared to the revision of what you have done from 1 1s are to 10 1s are. And that revision is important for you to get into exam. So that is what you will have to do. An average Indian time is good, but every watch, if it is related to your subject, beautiful, do it. If it is not related to the subject, please avoid it. Again, I am telling you, dushman bagal mein nahi hai. For you not scoring good marks, your mother, your teacher, your school is not responsible. You are responsible. When you are watching something which is not important, bagal mein kaun hai? No, dushman yahi hai. He is only watching. So you should avoid this. And all around the clock, when we see an average Indian student also, sometimes we use 3.5 hours daily average digital screen, which is not right now. And during the examination, it has to be a complete no. So avoid minimizing it as much as possible, but to have it quite differently, if you still want to use it for the right place, right purpose, and your purpose has to be exam and nothing else other than the exam. The dark side of internet is that, yes, because that's not relevant from your 10th standard point of view, but still, misinformation getting spreaded is always dangerous. Anywhere, be alert about that. Somebody says SSC exam is postponed. No, it will not be postponed. You call your teacher, go to the school, find out. No, somebody told examination is postponed, that book ella suttakbitte hegiದ್ರು ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಓದೋದಿರೋದು. Please don't do that. So misinformation will always actually spread like wildfire. You should be very careful what information you are trying to spread. And mental health also, it disturbs mental health. See, humans crave for appreciation. That's the reason you put a post on you, wait, ಯಾರನ್ನ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಲೈಕ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ, you'll be wasting your time. God has already liked you, otherwise he wouldn't have given you a gift of being a human. Why do you want anybody else to like you? God has already liked you. Now forget it. God is not equivalent to 1 or 2 people. God is equivalent to all these people multiplied into 100 times. When He has liked you, when He has given you 2 ears, 2 nose, yavadana kammi kottidara? Anybody? Only 1 kidney? Anybody sitting here with 1 kidney? Only 1 eyes? No, He has given you completely. So be happy about it. But we crave, somebody should say, and you get into that virtual reality and you think virtual reality is real? No, it's again artificial. Don't fall for that. Please be careful. So sometimes nobody likes you, people troll you. Please don't get into this. And people start cyberbullying. And you also don't criticize, condemn, complain anybody over the social media, over the chat, over the text. Please don't do it. It is a no, it is a rule. And your digital footprint is always there. Idu ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, most of you may assume ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟತಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. No, there is a information that can be captured. What information you have searched for, what video you have watched, and what images you have browsed, what reels you have watched, and what reels you have watched multiple times. All this analysis can be done, and we can give you a profile of your telling this person is having this kind of a mentality based on your records of what you do online. So please be careful. There is a digital footprint. People can make out what you are doing. So it's very important that you keep track. Just for your information, if you have withdrawn some amount of 5,000, it will know, because SMS would have come. Somebody is reading the SMS, so it knows this person went to this ATM and he bought. And you went to a cafe, you brought a coffee and you paid. That information is also known, because a message will come that thank you for the coffee that you took from a coffee day, give me your feedback. That information is known. And you are searching for bad data, right data, movie data, film data, bad pictures, that also will be known. And the Google location, where all you are moved, that also can be known. So like that, you go to an ATM withdraw, you go to a cafe, your entire day-to-day work can be actually accessed through mobile. Anyway, you people are not going to use mobile. This is for college students, the slide was made. From your perspective, staying away from social media will be the best. And only using social media for what you call a Deccan standard. This is a great place where you can build wisdom. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಟೀಚರ್ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಥ್ರೂ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೆಸನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೇ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಎ ಟೀಚರ್ ಹೂ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮೀ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಇನ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ 20 videos. Go through such videos. And somebody would have written how to face exam confidently. Go through such videos. It will definitely help you. So, because you will get lost in searching of those videos, let there be a suggestion from your teachers what is right, what is not right. Only follow that. It can do wonders to you. And whenever you are sharing anything, because you will not do for your 10th standard level, but still if you are sharing anything, please be very careful what you are sharing. Because anything bad that you share, you will be accounted. Even because you are 16 years, you will be forgiven because you are not an adult. No. We have seen cases where people were punished for the things what you have done. So please be careful, you should not do. And whenever you are sharing anything, think twice, because the moment you share, there is a record that you have shared. The moment you forward, there is a record that you have forwarded. It will be accountable, so you will have to be very, very careful. This is what I say, digital detox. Sometime when there is 1 month down the line exam is there, or 2 months down the line exam is there, take a digital detox and say, I will not use either TV or tab or mobile from now on. Detox, and your only focus has to be exam, exam, exam. Sit in meditation, exam, exam, exam. Nothing else should come. Detox yourself. And positive communication can help you rather than getting into digital world. Like-minded people sit, discuss about a particular chapter, exchange words or suggestions about a particular chapter, because that can do more good to you. Somebody asks questions, somebody will try to answer, that will help you to recollect. Or somebody gives a question, everybody write, you exchange the book, ask each others to correct. Those things can help you. That is responsibility. But rather than getting into unnecessary taking any information, any gossiping, even in talking also, talk the right kind of relevant things which can help you from the examination point of view. Nothing else should be spoken. That can actually make a lot of difference. And privacy control will not be applicable for you. What I mean to say is, in your internet, when you get into the internet world, when you get into a social media world, when you are using a tab, when you are using a PC, when you are using a mobile, there are means by which you can avoid somebody tracking my GPS location. You can avoid somebody getting information of whatever websites I use. For that, there is something called as a privacy control. You can go to that privacy control and off all those. I don't want to give app permission, I don't want to give location access, I don't want to give camera access, I don't want to give microphone access, I don't want to give ad tracking access. When you select that, it will become negative and nobody can track you. But most of you will never use that. Your parents also wouldn't be using it. Yeah, give it up. Why? First time when I buy a mobile, I need to log in with Gmail. There, for a Google account, you won't read the instructions also. Do's and don'ts you would have given, and you write, I agree to all these terms, and then you go. There you will agree and you will give permission by default to all this, because you want to go to the next and next screen. Please don't do that, it's not advisable. The path forward for all of you is, can I make it big? For that, can I use social media in a positive manner? Abdul Kalam very beautifully told, the question itself what you are asking is wrong. I would have cherished if I would have been born in this particular generation, because this generation has every information at its fingertips. Because that was the time when ChatGPT was coming up. You also referred and told, there is something inventions under the process where a human kind of an interface would be created, and any questions asked you would get an answer, and that is the words of Abdul Kalam. And he told, I miss that, because when I had to find any information on anything, I had to travel from a village to so many distance. But today information itself will come to your doorstep, to come to your mobile. You can collect any such information. So he told, I think the present generation is the blessed generation. But the present generation who are not utilizing it for the right thing, they are the cursed generation, because the technology, instead of helping them to use it in a positive manner, they are using it in a negative manner. Those were the words that are told. So today's class is all about internet safety and tips. Don't fall for this also. ಯಾವುದು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾರೋ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. How can most likely questions come to you? Before it will come to you, it will reach Rangnath sir. Which Rangnath sir? Publicly Rangnath sir. And what he will say, the paper leak agide. Even accidentally one question leaks also, he will take care. So don't fall for such prey. It is false. And you will study nothing, only those subjects. And when you go there, you will realize this was 3 years old paper. Somebody has forwarded it to somebody, and it came and it came and it came and it came. And you thought, hey, Lata has sent it. Lata nan dost alva, olle friend. Adike I will follow her. No. Call your teacher and find out, ma'am, I have received the questions like this. Do you think I should study this? Ask. Your teacher's purpose is you should score marks. Your principal's purpose is you should score marks. What will they be sitting there? Just to see to it every student of mine should score 100%. Your principal right now has organized this class, your director right now has organized this class, because he knows few of them are becoming a slave of digitization. They are becoming a slave of digital and social media world. And taking a mobile out of them, they create a chaos at home. They don't study, and most of the time the parents will be assuming you are studying, but you are not studying. You are actually watching digital content, and your time is just passing out. Even you get up early in the morning at 4 o'clock. No sir, I got up in Brahmi Muhurta. But what did you do? I was just watching Facebook. Will you get marks? No. Smart, responsible way of usage. That is very important. So education starts with knowledge. So the same Abdul Kalam told, if the youngsters can make use of this technology to help them to grow, it can be a greatest gift. If they don't, then they're leaving and they are cursing themselves. Dushman bagal mein nahi hai, dushman andar hai. That is what is happening. Social media is a tool which is going to bridge a gap. So your idea has to be, can I use this media to grow my career? That should be the ultimate objective. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer. That ends up my class. Can I have a big round of applause, please? Any questions with respect to anything? Sir, how to study, how to remember, anything you have, I would be happy to help you out. Any doubts?
Sir is Mallikarjuna sir is a man of abundant wisdom, knowledge and experience.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir has told about the demerits of using the social media and how to declutter the weeds, unwanted things. And he has told about the study pattern, time management, many points he has covered. And how to focus on studies. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. This opportunity we won't get again and again. We need to utilize it. If you have doubts,
Please, if you have any doubts.
sir will clarify all the doubts regarding your studies.
How many of you wake up before 4? Before, oh, give him a big round of applause. What's your name? Your name? Huh? Chetan. Okay, before 5, because if you are getting up at 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, God will be watching. When you say lies to a teacher, my mom is to say, ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಅದು ಟೀಚರ್ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ದೇವ್ರು ಏನು ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲ, ಕಿಡ್ನಿ. 40 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸಾರಿ, ಬಿಡ್ತು. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆರೋಗ್ಯವಾಗಿರಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಇಸ್, ಗೆಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೇ. ಓಕೆ, 6 o'clock ಆದ್ಮೇಲೂ ಎದ್ದೇಳೋರು, 6ಗಿಂತ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರೊಂಚೂರು ಬನ್ನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡೋಣ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ if you are getting up at 6 o'clock. Otherwise, you are not a human in human form. You are an animal in human form. Just like the zoo animals. Zoo animals need not wake up. When the food comes, they wake up and they finish the food because they have a purpose. You are not the zoo animals. You are a human. You are that masterpiece. You are that masterpiece. You were the rarest of the rare. There was nobody like you in the past. There is nobody like you right now in the present. And in the infinite of time to come, there will never be anybody like you. You are the rarest of the rare. You are that original piece. You are that master's piece. You are that masterpiece. Believe in yourself. It can make a big difference to you. Start studying from today. Let your examination be a cakewalk. Do pranayama regularly, because the more oxygen content you give to your brain, because while studying, your body is not working. Always remember, whenever you are studying, it is your mind which is working. Mind get best oxygen is the food of your mind. That's the reason we practice pranayama. The more pranayama you practice, why we say pranayama? It is breathing exercise. The air is called as a prana. That means it is life. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದವರು ಇದ್ಕಿದಂಗೆ ತಲೆ ಸುತ್ತಿ ಬಿದ್ರು. ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಉಸಿರಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ನೋಡು ಅಂತ. ಉಸಿರಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಆಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬದುಕಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಈಸ್ ಬ್ರೀತಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಫ್. ವೆನ್ ಈ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರೀತಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ಲೆಸ್ನೆಸ್. So much fragile is our body. So most of the time what has happened, we are not breathing deeply and we are not giving the right oxygen content to our body. Early in the morning, the content of oxygen in the atmosphere is very high. If you can, before starting anything, if you can sit in pranayama, go for deep inhale slowly and deep exhale, some 20 rounds of idu pranayama madbitu, then you sit for studies. It can bring a lot of difference to your mind. So practice this regularly. If you are not getting up regularly, practice getting up regularly. If you are not writing and practicing, practice writing, because that is what you do in the exam. Yavaglu othirtane. That counseling student who came, I changed her pattern. I gave her this 20 minutes. And she followed it. She got 95%, and she came and she gave us a gift, and she was so happy. There were tears in her eyes. She felt all these years, I don't know, I should have made a small change in my responsibility. I would have actually always got good marks. I am smart, but I did not use a smart way of actually facing the exam. Let me do what the exam expects me to do, which can give me more marks. Let me not do what the exam is not expecting. Exam is not expecting you to orally say. What is the use of practicing orally? Practice what the examination wants you to practice. And that can help you. That is the very reason why they give multiple preparatory exams, so that you get used to revising all the lessons in one day between the exam and trying to be ready the next day for the exam. This is what is required. Practice that. It will work. There are hidden gems. You are the hidden gems. There is a Gandhiji sitting you. There is a Modi sitting you. There is a Draupadi Murmu sitting in you. And there is that Albert Einstein sitting in you. Because all of you are better than all these people. Albert Einstein and Thomas Alva Edison. Do you know? Both of them did not get admission in the school, even when they were of 6 and 7 years. Why? Because the school rejected, because these people could not even speak words. They could not remember alphabets A to Z. You guys remembered alphabet in first standard, not even first standard, even LKG, UKG. And these two did not remember even at the age of 6, 7, that they did not give up on their life. They became the greatest scientists. They were called as kinesthetic learners. See, in learning, when we talk about the studying style and understanding style, there are 3 kinds of study styles all of us follow. One, we call it as visual study style. Visual study ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ನೀವು ಟೀಚರ್ ಮಾತಾಡೋದನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪಟ್ ಪಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತೀರಾ. ಅದನ್ನ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಅಂತ. ಕೆಲವರು ಆ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಓದಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ದ ಬುಕ್, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್, ಇಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಕೆಲವರು ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಸ್ಟರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲುಕ್ at the book, read it loudly so that the voice is heard by you again and again. That really works. You should follow only that pattern. And there is a third. Visual work ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ 100% ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಆಡಿಯೋ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ 100% ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಬರ್ದು ಕಲ್ತ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಥಾಮಸ್ ಆಲ್ವಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಐನ್ಸ್ಟೈನ್, both of them belong to this group. They always wrote, did experiments and then they learned. If you also can follow this pattern, there is nothing like it. But if you want 100% result, don't give it to chances. Follow all three methodologies so that you score out of 100% in your exams. Ma'am is looking for that one boy who needs to go there. Okay guys, thank you, love you all so much. I wish you 100% in all the subjects. God bless all of you. Please flourish. You are our future and our future depends on you. We are growing old, hairs are falling, and we are comfortable because you people are growing. So we really need you to take care of us when we grow old. All the best. God bless you.